Welcome back to the West Ham Voice. I hope you're all doing well. I took a break, international break. I thought I'd take a break with the other half when we were in Cyprus for a week, and it was very pleasant indeed. But I'm back. I'm back to doing the videos, so I hope you'll enjoy them moving forward. If you're new to this channel, first time you're watching West Ham Voice, or if you've watched me before but yet to become a subscriber, there's a QR code that's appearing in the top corner there. All you've got to do to become a subscriber free of charge is to click on that QR code. It'll take you to the subscribe page after the video. And if you enjoy the video, please hit the like button and also hit the hype button as well. That enables you to elevate the video for me. It kind of you promote it on my behalf. So I hope you enjoy it enough to do that. So there are a number of stories that are bandied around, and the first one that I picked up on is about a new potential sponsorship deal for West Ham United. Now, I'm sure many fans will be aware that at the end of this season, a front of shirt ban comes into effect, where betting companies can no longer be football club's main sponsor. Now, currently, there are 11 Premier League teams with betting sponsors who are going to be looking for new deals, or who are already looking for new deals. Now, I'm sure you know our history, our brief history about shirt sponsors. We've had a variety of them. But up until the 24-25 season, Betway was one of the longest running shirt sponsors for West Ham. They were the main shirt sponsor in a deal that was understood to be worth something like £10 million a year. Now, that deal was meant to run into this current season, but for obvious reasons, the deal was cut short. Betway, of course, was the company responsible for identifying irregular betting patterns on the Brazilian island of Paqueta, which led to Lucas Paqueta being charged for spot fixing, which he was cleared of all charges at the beginning of this season. So West Ham, I think quite rightly, I don't blame Betway for identifying the irregularities in betting, but I think West Ham kind of did the right thing and hastily found a new shirt sponsor for this season alone. In stepped Boyle Sports, who apparently agreed a deal of about £12 million for the current season. Now, with the betting ban coming into force, Boyle Sport will no longer be the main shirt sponsor in the 26-27 season. However, it is understood that they've agreed a deal to becoming one of the sleeve sponsors from next season onwards. Now, it's not likely to be worth as much as the main shirt sponsorship deal, but however, there'll be some kind of recompense for being a sleeve sponsor. However, that leaves a big gap, doesn't it, on the front of our shirts. We've seen that before at West Ham, where we've had blank shirts or we've had sponsors being blanked out because of one reason or another. And over the past few weeks, several companies have been touted as becoming them to possibly become the main shirt sponsor from next season. Now, it was only in the last 2 weeks that we heard from a senior from the Tourism Authority of Thailand, TAT, that they were in discussions with West Ham on a potential partnership deal to promote Thai tourism. On the 17th of March, Nithi Siprai, the TAT Deputy Governor for Marketing Communications, posted on Facebook that the agency had indeed held talks with West Ham about potential sponsorship activities in the 26-27 season. He then shared several images, including a few of our West Ham shirts featuring the amazing Thailand logo on the front of it. Now, Nithi said he visited the club at the London Stadium to meet Nathan Thompson, who is West Ham's Executive Director for Commercial, Marketing, Digital and Content, as well as an unnamed member of the club's board. Thought to be Karen Brady. She usually gets involved in these kind of discussions. Now, the discussions explored potential promotional channels through the club's platforms, including displaying the amazing Thailand logo on the front of the men's first team kit for 26-27, as well as Other deals, exposure via LED screens, and static signage around the London Stadium itself. But this week, there's another potential sponsor in the mix, um, and quite an interesting one as well, and that's car firm Audi. Now, they're no strangers to sports sponsorship, and they have a long going deal with Bayern Munich. They've also dealt with, or I believe they might still be having some kind of sponsorship deal with Tottenham Hotspur. And they also ran the Audi Cup until 2019 with a number of teams participating in that tournament. It's a bit like our Betway Cup that I think we only ever won once. Now, look, if the deal is successful, it could potentially be worth way more than the 10 million plus region sponsorship deal that we had with Betway, and it may be significantly more than the sponsorship deal, the 12 million pound deal that we had with Ball Sport. But there are several Premier League clubs. I mentioned there are 11 clubs at the moment who will be looking for a new sponsor to get away from betting companies. So there are several Premier League clubs interested in striking a deal with Audi. And our security in staying in the Premier League could be a major factor. Audi, kind of the premium end, aren't they? If they're going to do a sponsorship deal, I don't think they're going to favour sponsoring a club that might be relegated to the Championship. But it would certainly be a major milestone for West Ham as a club if we were to secure such a deal with a creditable company rather than betting agencies. Look, no disrespect to betting agencies, and obviously good income for football clubs, but Audi would take us to another level, wouldn't it? Now, Audi always reminds me of the old long-running TV ad that had the words Versprung durch Technik, which stands for progress through technology. Now, West Ham United aren't exactly known to be ahead on their technology, but could they adopt such a strategy to go along with Versprung durch Technik? It was only last year that we heard that West Ham had entered into a partnership deal with Amazon Web Services and AI company Crayon to develop a bespoke AI-driven talent identification program. It makes West Ham the first Premier League club to adopt a fully end-to-end generative AI scouting tool. So to acquire a sponsor like Audi with their slogan of progress through technology would probably be most apt. I guess watch this space. It's going to be interesting if we stay in the Premier League and we get a company like Audi to be the main shirt sponsor. That will be quite significant for West Ham. If we get relegated, I'm not quite sure that Audi will be on board.